My name is Flip Phillips, and this is my brother Mark. Our parents and our grandparents came here in 1926, and on this ranch that we're standing on today. And today it's changed. You know, we're third generation, our kids are fourth generation, and we've been here our whole life. And there's been some major changes that have happened to this surrounding area. I think one of the things that is impacting us a lot is urbanization, and it also impacts, I think, all of rural Idaho too, because when we get forced out or when our neighbors get forced out, they end up competing for ground in rural Idaho, and that's going to be a problem, and it continues to be a problem for all of Idaho.
The traffic is unbearable. It's hard to plan your day when you have to plan around moving equipment, irrigating around the traffic. So it's been a problem for a long time.
I'm Greg Alger. My wife and I and our two sons own a farm here in Canyon County. We farm seed crops, vinifera grapes, and we also produce and make world-class wines. So there's been a tremendous explosion in growth in the southwest portion of Idaho and eastern Oregon, and that population growth has helped the exposure to our region come to light, and to some extent that has worked well for us in the wine business, being that we sell vertically integrated products directly to the consumer. So we have got more and more traffic of consumers coming to our properties. But we've always said this as farmers, that truly our passion in his heart is for those folks to come out and experience what's unique in our region, and then for them to go back home to their beds. And that is typically outside of the farm region. Unfortunately, when you start adding additional homes, subdivision tracts, commercial developments that are not conducive to agricultural purposes, it creates tremendous impact on our farming abilities here, specifically in Canyon County and Owyhee County. Our two regions are very, very good agriculture growing areas. The soil structure, the heat units, our agricultural growing abilities, some of the best in the world. And the unfortunate thing is there's also some unbelievable beauty here. And that is an attractant for people to want to live in the middle of.
You know, I think when we look at agricultural, sometimes we look at this massive growth that's been going on in the Treasure Valley, and agriculture has not necessarily been a part of that. And in fact, a lot of the land has gone away. We've got houses there. And that may not be as big a deal in a individual setting, but if you look at across the state that happening, it's a big deal, and we're losing part of our prime agricultural land, and that's unfortunate. As a legislature, we have to be defenders of agriculture, because if we don't, nobody else will. They'll just build houses and we'll be left with nothing but a bedroom community to Boise, and that's not good for anybody.
Our members have discussed this issue for many years, but in December 2021 they passed a policy that would support state legislation that would help protect and preserve agricultural land in the state of Idaho as long as it was voluntary and incentive-based. So the benefits to the landowner in establishing an APA, first of all, is clear communication to the local unit of government that they plan to stay in production agriculture. It would also protect them from any ordinance change that could potentially be detrimental to production agriculture in their operation on that parcel of land. It would also shield them from nuisance claims, very similar to the Right to Farm Act that we have in place here in the state. It would also provide them certain protections from eminent domain that aren't already included in the Idaho Constitution.
There is a way of life here that is in the agriculture world that can't be duplicated. And As we start to lose all of our grounds to developments, that life and that lifestyle and the beauty that we have here in southern Idaho, it goes away. And it's not replaceable. What do our kids do? How do they experience that if it's gone?